Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim Watson speaking on Wednesday the 19th of December. So just before I get started on the main technical analysis, just a reminder that 1900 hours 7 p.m. UK time, that's 2 o'clock, is that right? US Eastern time, 7 and then 2:30 we've got the Fed data coming out at which will no doubt very high probability of showing another interest rate increase. Now that is very much priced into the markets. What isn't priced into the markets is what comes out from the conference, the statements, etc., and that could be the bit of a changing point for a short while. Bear in mind, any softness that they show, any dovishness, is all well and good, and it may suggest that interest rates may not be increased as much as expected. Now, already, as I've said many a time, the markets are pricing in possibly one interest rate increase next year. Now, we know that it was expected up to about 3 next year at one stage, but no one actually truly believes that. So the market's expecting probably 1 by the looks of things. So that's priced in. If they were to say there will be none, well, we could see a short-term weakness in the US dollar. But realistically, the Eurozone is in a much more of a mess. It's showing weakness. It showed more weakness yesterday. It's just continued showing weakness. Whereas the US, apart from the equity markets, everything's showing, well, the figures that are coming out have been pretty bullish and showing growth. So beware. Any rallies in the euro to pound may be shortish lived, but they may happen because people just may think it's safer not to be in the US dollar, but the yen may be the safer place even in that event. But I think we could see quite a bit of volatility. Okay, sorry, big story there, and will have a big impact on today. Now, where to technically then? The euro at the moment is pushing up. It's double topping here. It's back into this sort of range, and it could push on further. Has got an untouched daily pivot, which always makes me wonder whether at some point, bearing in mind this has happened so early, it will roll back towards that, roll back into range. We'll see. At the moment it's pushing up strongly. I think we need to just sit and watch this out a little bit. There's no need to be rushing into things today. In the UK, we've got inflation coming out at 9:30 this morning. That's quite key, well, very key, so be wary of that. At the moment we're seeing the pound push up as well as the euro there, and again the effects of the US meeting or Fed meeting would of course have the impact on the pound as well. At the moment pushing up, not quite as obviously strong, and it's sitting around its pivot here. Double topping for this morning with a bit of divergence sitting in there. Whether this will roll, we'll see. It rolled nicely for us yesterday afternoon eventually. Whether this do the same, as I say, I'm sitting on my hands on this one at the moment. Dollar yen, any concerns, risk? Well, it's already broken this sort of upper trend line here. It's broken it a couple of times here. Whether it's on a horizontal type trend line, which it probably is around at the moment, it's in that sort of point previous lows there. Whether this will hold, you'll see. It's trying to hold at the moment. Well, it could bounce back into the range. I won't be terribly surprised by that at all. You've got divergence on the 4 hourlies here. It does look a bit sort of soft from that point of view, but look at when you come down and look at the lower time frame, sometimes it's just on your technical analysis it's worth just coming down a time frame as well as going up, and it shows the mess behind something. Now this it shows that it's already had one attempt down here, pulled back up strongly, then pulled down a second time. It's pulling away at the moment, but perhaps it's got chance of coming back down again. It's tested. It may be soft. Yes, it double bottom. It spiked on that data there at 12 o'clock, on that bar at 12 o'clock there. We could see this come off again and maybe break the next time, so just be wary of that. So looking soft. and well, we'll see where the money goes this morning. Okay, well, today Aussie dollar. Let's come back up to the dailies here. The Aussie dollar, well, it's struggling. I mean, yesterday it managed to get all the way back to the 8 and rolled. Today it might do the same. As I said, it may just do what it's been doing. It did for 3 days last week. It's build up a slow, steady path. But I mean, this actually broke the trend line here yesterday afternoon. There started breaking the trend line, picked back up again, as most of the currencies have here. But it's knocking on that 50 4-hourly 50 door. It could push on through that, but I wouldn't be surprised if we saw something like a picture like this. And of course, tonight's at 7 o'clock we'll see some solid price action, I'm sure. What we're looking at here then is almost like an inverted head and shoulders appearing, so that could well tap on and break through. Okay, that's the Aussie dollar. Oh, but in the long term, I am bearish on the Aussie dollar, by the way. You need to look at the big picture to see why. Okay, video earlier on in the week. Canadian dollar, well, as expected, it's still softening. The price of oil's come off, and it's seeing us push up. In fact, let's just go to that weekly now. We're right into the 618. We've done the full works. We're getting to do the full works of this expansion move, or that we've done the full. We've already retraced the whole of the move down there, and it's now pushing towards that sort of 786, 886 area where it's forecast to go. At the moment, it's just plodding up there steadily. It's more, as I say, a swing trading currency in my picture. I don't like it intraday very much, but there you go. It could be, it's starting to move off again today. That could run up towards its yesterday's high as the R1 at some point. Will I be in it? No, because I don't like day trading it. It draws you in and spits you out. Have a great one, and watch out for the FOMC data later. Bye for now.